Hello, and welcome to Virtual Sunday School for Pilgrim Lutheran Church and School. And Happy New Year! It's 2021. I am looking forward to seeing what this year brings. I don't know about you, but I think this year is going to be quite different than last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it will bring. So today, we're going to do a reading from Matthew 2, and it's about the wise men. So as you listen to the story, think about ways that the story demonstrates why they might be considered wise. And then we'll talk a little bit more about what the story means. So here is Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12, the wise men. Far away from Bethlehem, wise men studied the night sky. In the distance, they spotted a new star, bigger and brighter than all the rest. That bigger, brighter star means a new king is born, said one of the wise men. Let's go find and welcome him. The wise men left on a long journey following the star. In Jerusalem, they met King Herod. We're looking for the new king, the wise men told King Herod. I don't know anything about a new king, Herod said nervously. What do you know? Only that there's a new star in the sky that's bigger and brighter than all the rest, they replied. When you find this new king, said Herod, come tell me where he is. I would like to honor him. The bigger and brighter star led the wise men to a little home in Bethlehem. Knock, knock. A father opened the door. May we see the new king, they asked. We want to welcome him. A child peeked out from behind his father, Joseph. He's wonderful, said the wise men. What's his name? Whispered another. Jesus, said the boy's mother, Mary. A gift for the world, announced the third wise man. At the end of their visit, the wise men left 3 gifts to honor Jesus: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That night, in a dream, the wise men were warned that King Herod wanted to be the only king. They decided not to tell Herod where the new king was. Instead, they returned home by another route so King Herod couldn't find Jesus. So that's a good story about the wise men, and starts a little bit of the reason behind gift giving at Christmas time, because the wise men gave gifts to Jesus. There's many other reasons for that, but this is the start of it. So as we listen to the story, we ask the question every week, what does this mean? So it means a lot more than gift giving, that is for sure. And before we read, I asked you to think about what makes these wise men, why are they considered to be wise? So does anybody have any ideas on that? There's a little bit of a clue from our celebration of this day last year. What's being held up? Stars. And generally, when you think of a star, do you think of something that's bright, or do you think of something that's dim? Most stars are pretty bright, right? So the wise men were following a light that was bigger and brighter than they had ever seen before. And we've talked about this before, right? When we're in light and we go towards brightness, how do we feel? We feel generally pretty good. It's a good feeling to have light. And when we're in darkness, how do we feel? Sometimes we might feel a little bit scared. And so those are maybe the difference between some good feelings or some not so good feelings. And so when they're following this brightness that's bigger than ever, they're following light. And light is generally associated with some good feelings and some good things. And where did that light lead them? To Jesus, right? And so when they find Jesus, not only do they give gifts to him, which were some pretty incredible gifts, gold, frankincense, myrrh, they have value, and they had a lot of value then and meaning. But what did they say about Jesus? Did anybody catch that they said that he was a gift to the world? I agree that that's true. He gave us many teachings throughout his life that came after the story and was a light to our world. He died for us and brings forgiveness to us. Many, many wonderful gifts to us. And so we've talked about this before too. What if we're a light to the world? Can we be a gift to the world? Can we follow Jesus's example and be the light to the world and be a gift to the world? I think we can. And then the third idea that I have from this story is the end. The wise men took a path to Jesus and they followed the light, the bright star, to get there. But when they went home, did they go the same way that they came? They didn't. They actually took a new path. And I think that's really important for us as we think about 2021, as we think about the way that we celebrated last year and the way that we're celebrating this year being so totally different. But we've all been doing the right things to keep people safe and healthy. And as we go into 2021, I think our paths are going to take us a different route. And I think that actually this story says that that's great and that's a good thing. We don't have to go back the same way that we came. We've done a lot this year or in 2020 that actually moved us forward into different ways. We're connecting with you in different ways. We don't want to totally lose some of the great things from the past that we did, because that was also great. But I think we're looking at a new, bright path as we go forward, and as we consider that church has been brought into all of your homes over the last year. It's not just in the building. And so I'm looking forward to this year to find out where that path leads. And so I want you to think about that. And as you think about where you want that path to lead, leave you with an idea of something that you could do this week. If you think about what you want 2021 to look like for you, maybe you can draw a star and write a goal. It could be a sentence, or it could be a word or something that you think will help guide you this year. And keep that front and center as a focus, and use that to guide you through 2021. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week.